Hey, what's up everybody? This is JJ Birden, former NFL wide receiver, and I'm making this video to send a quick shout out to XvsOSports, the company that's featuring memorable moments in an athlete's career by highlighting their favorite play on a t-shirt. And this is actually mine. The XvsOSports route, the touchdown that I scored in the 1994 AFC wild card game when I was with the Kansas City Chiefs and we took down the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now I want to tell you a little bit more about this play since it's featured on a t-shirt, and every play has a story behind it. So going into the practice during that week, we did our homework on Rod Woodson. Now Rod Woodson, defensive back, one of the best to ever play the game, All-Pro, Super Bowl champion, All-Century team, and a Hall of Famer. He had some tendencies, and that was he was known for biting on or jumping on double moves. That's when you run like a hook and go, or an out and up, or a slant and go, which we call a sluggo. So when a quarterback would do this, kind of pump it, he would jump on it. So we figured the coach figured, let's have JJ run the sluggo route against Rod. So as we went into the game, Joe Montana tells me at some point, we're going to call the sluggo route. What side of the field do you want to run it from? I said, well, I want to run it from the right side. So I can plant on my right foot and then plant on my left foot. So as we got into the game, sometime a little later, Joe comes in and says, okay, JJ, we're going to run the sluggo route after this play. Are you ready? Absolutely, Joe. So that particular play, the play before, Joe gets hurt. He gets hurt, he's on the ground, he's moving slow, he finally gets up. But because the refs called time out, when they call time out due to an injury, that person must sit out one play. So right away I'm thinking, oh no, Joe's got to sit out a play. They're not going to call a sluggo route. Well, in comes our backup, another great quarterback, Dave Craig. And Dave comes jogging into the huddle, he looks right at me, he goes, we're running it. So of course, you know I'm excited. When you know you're about to get that pass, especially one that you could score on, you're like a kid in a candy store. So I line up. Rod Woodson's about 6-7 yards off. He's about inside technique, which is perfect. The ball snap, I run 3 yards, I plant on my right foot, then I go towards that slant inside, and as soon as I plant on the left foot, I kind of look inside. Rod takes a step inside, and I think, got him. Because when I plant and I turn, there's no way he can recover that fast. And so I take off, I'm ahead of him by about 3 or 4 yards, and I'm just waiting for the ball. But Dave ends up throwing it kind of over here on my opposite shoulder, and I have to turn like this. And when you have to do that, as a receiver, you kind of lose your sense of direction. But anyway, I look for the ball, and I see it. I know it's too far, and I'm thinking, you got to dive for it, you got to dive for it. So I just lay out for it, make the catch, secure the catch, and as soon as I'm coming down, the ball starts to slide out. Immediately bring it down, and I just clutch it, and I fall to the ground, and we score a touchdown. And I remember after the touchdown, I ran into the stands, and I gave it to a fan. I actually gave it to Gloria Charles, who I'm friends with now. But anyway, definitely one of the highlights of my career, and I think it's pretty cool that, again, XvsOSports is featuring it. So if you'd like to get this t-shirt or any of their other teachers, I've got the link in the descriptions below, but go check it out. And again, thanks again to XvsOSports. Keep up the good work, and everybody else, go wear the play.